For you. For who? For me or for you? It's Adrienne of Adrienne's House, and welcome to my channel. Now, if you saw the title above, this is going to be, I'm hoping, a quick overview / first impression of the For You by Tia hair care line. Now, originally, I haven't done much research on this brand, to be quite honest, but what intrigued me is that I saw that it was at Walmart. The price point was on point. They had really, so far so good, clean ingredients. And they had a wide range to choose from as far as shampoo, conditioner, leave-in spray, gel, oil, all that jazz. So, and of course, it being Sister, I was definitely intrigued. Now, one thing that I did want to touch on is that I know there has been some social media chatter around, I don't know if it's the products itself. I don't know if it's, the creator, Tia. I don't know. But from what I gather, a lot of people were like, for you? For who? For me or for you? Which, I mean, to be quite honest, I can see how a lot of people felt that way, 100%. I don't know if it was the marketing team who wrote this or Tia herself, but she did have this, super empowering speech talking about natural hair, natural black hair as black women, XYZ. While she's saying this, the photos that she was portraying was a looser, silkier texture. And it was her hair wet. It wasn't her hair styled. Also, she chose pictures of her beautiful kids, rightfully so. But a lot of people, I don't want to say they had an issue with it, but that image of natural hair was not portraying the speech that she was saying. And we can't ignore the fact that natural hair, to be quite honest, a lot of biracial women or women just with looser curl textures, that is kind of like the new face of natural hair. And I can see why a lot of people were defensive. Like, we cannot ignore the fact that that's what it has turned into. Now, do you want to blame her specifically? Who knows? You also have to take into consideration the marketing team as well as the ownership. It's the marketing team who are choosing some of these models. So, and with all of it, that is completely wrong, and that does not represent the natural hair community at all. And me saying this as a biracial person with, up for debate, maybe looser hair than most. But anyway, I said all that to say I can totally see how people have gotten a bit defensive, how there has been a bias now placed on the products themselves and how they perform. So we're going to turn this around. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going into this completely unbiased, even though I will always love Sister, Tia and Tamara. But on that note, stay tuned and I'll tell you what products that I use and what I think. Hello. If you've made it thus far, you see that this is going to be a quick first impressions of the For You by Tia hair care line. Of course, Tia and Tamara, we're 80s, 90s kids. You grew up with them. So I was super excited to happen to be in my local Walmart one day and saw, now unfortunately I didn't see the whole line. I believe there's about 8 products and they had some available, but I didn't know it was available in Walmart. So on that note, I was able to order it online. And today we're going to be talking about the multi-use hair oil and the leave-in curl cream. Now I'm super excited to try these. As you can see, today is wash day, and by the time it is wash day, there is nothing else that you can do with this hair to make it cute. Here's me fresh out of the shower, clean, washed hair. Now, Before I continue, let me give you a quick overview about my hair. My hair is super fine, it is super thin, and if we're still doing the texture thing, I am a 3C with some 4A in there. So I wanted to say all of that because with no product in my hair dries extremely fast. So throughout this video, you're gonna see me constantly re-wetting it with just plain old water. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of refreshing that because my my hair likes slippery products. So here's where we're gonna start with the leave-in curl cream. One thing that I did want to mention, I really love that this cap is kind of like a twist and lock cap. So that's a really cool feature. However, the consistency is just how I like it. Now, I did some research before I actually purchased this curl cream, and I knew that it was, like it says, creamy, almost like a lotion based. And that's exactly what my hair needs. My hair is not a fan of butters. I hate to say it, custards. It doesn't like any of that. It likes super watery, lotiony, runny curl cream. So as you can see here, I am parting my hair. Well, it's not a real part, you know, those lazy parts, but working it into 4 sections. And I was raking it through with my fingers while I detangle my hair. So now I'm just gonna move on to the last 2 sections here. Basically just do the exact same thing. Now the top part of my hair, that section needs a little bit of love only because that texture slightly changes at the top. For some reason, that part of my hair does not want to hold a curl. It's the frizziest. Also, when I happen to straighten my hair, that's the part that just reverts the fastest. So the top part of my hair is where I actually put on a little bit more product, and I'm a little bit more, I don't know, strategic with it. I'm making the sections a little bit thinner and then really raking it through because again, that's the part that reverts, as I mentioned. So again, we're gonna do the exact same thing with the other side. Now, I don't want to bore you, so I cut that footage out of the remaining part in the video. Now, however, one thing, yes, I do have a bald spot. Just to give you a heads up, I was born that way. So if you're interested in what I do to cover it up on the rare occasions, there is a link below. All right, so now that the leave-in curl cream is all through my hair, we're gonna move on to the multi-use hair oil. Now for me, oil is usually the last step, and I am really digging this oil, by the way. Just like it's advertised, it is super lightweight, and the scent is actually very pleasant. I can't place the scent on either of the 2 products, but they're very nice, very clean, spa-like, as they should be. So again, this oil is kind of like the last top coat sealer for me and my hair. Last and certainly not least, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my rubber-based brushes. One is a travel size and one is my home one, I guess. And I'm going to go ahead and just hit those ends with this rubber brush because, of course, for me at least, after all this styling, those curls, the ends got a little frizzy and we want them to clump. So I'm not combing through from root to tip, but I'm just kind of getting the ends just to go ahead and get that smooth finish. The top part of my hair, after, shingling with the rubber brush, I always do some finger coils because when the curls do dry and I separate them, it doesn't frizz up or revert quite as fast. So lastly, we are all done. I know it looks crazy right now, but we're gonna air dry and then I'll see you soon. All right, guys. So basically this is day 2 and these are the results of the 2 products that I use, the, again, leave-in curl cream and the multi-use oil. Honestly, I really, really like both of them. Yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say as far as the product itself, as far as the consistency. Now, the only, I guess, if I had to give constructive criticism or a critique would be for this. While I do like the twist top cap, I think this would be better formulated with, a pump, only because picking this up over and over and over again when your hands are slippery and wet, yeah, it's not a nice grip if your hands are wet. Now, the opposite is true for this, believe it or not. I would prefer if it was glass just for environmental purposes. However, I would like this to be more of a squeeze top, only because same critique when your hands are kind of wet and slippery, to unscrew this or even, grip this and get the oil out. That's hard, if your hands are wet. So if it kind of had that squeeze bottle with the tip that you could put directly on the scalp, that might work better for me personally. But other than that, will I continue to buy this? Yes, absolutely. Will I continue to buy, or will I consider purchasing the other items in the line? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not a gel person. My hair does not like gel. I don't have good experiences with gel, so I didn't want to try it and give a negative review because my hair doesn't behave with anybody's gel. So anyway, I do like the refresher spray. I don't know if I'll try the shampoo and conditioner itself, but hey, maybe the gel and the refresher spray. So those are my overall thoughts for the For You Hair by Tia. So on that note, also, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like and comment this video. That would really help me out a lot. And thanks for watching. Bye, guys.